I bought this game in November. I bought this game, what is it? It's 9 months ago or something? Yeah. I bought this game 9 months ago on itch.io. Because it was a little bit expensive. It was $8. I mean, for a game it's fine, but for itch.io usually it's free or like $2 or $3. So it's a little bit more expensive, but it has like, they have their own like soundtrack and everything, and the artwork. So this thumbnail is what drew me in. I was like, this just looks amazing. I just want to try it out. And then I bought it, and then I never got around to it. And so today I was like, what the fuck do I play? I have nothing to play before Minecraft. And then I went through my folder and I was like, oh, I forgot I had this. So here we are, just gonna give it a shot. If we get bored, then we'll stop, but let's see if it's any good. Some night, somewhere. Oh, that's cute. This is why I draw the line. Those slimy things ruin meals. Fungus, that's the word. I refuse to eat actual fungus. You mean mushrooms? I like this. It also reminds me of doll something. What's the... Do you guys remember? The dude that makes dolls in the Japanese style village where kids go missing. Fuck. It reminds me of Sally Face and that one. Something doll or doll something. Fuck. That one was really good. I really do recommend that. I'll put that at the end of the episode if I can remember the name. No mushrooms. Got it. What if we do half and half? Just order the pizza, please. Oh, mushroom on pizza is the best. I always go for pepperoni and mushroom. But if you don't want any mushrooms, that's fine. Shit. Pizza Paradise doesn't do online orders. I have to call them. Oh no! That's so scary! I hate calling. Oh no. You got this? Shh! They picked up! Hi! Yes, I would like one pizza. What kind? Oh, any kind. Yes, any pizza. Thank you. You too. It'll be here in an hour. Pumped to eat any pizza. Same, pal. What now? A whole hour. What now? You can start watching something. You know, it's spooky out. Want to tell scary stories? Oh, you know it. You? Obviously. What'll it be? Okay, so now we can choose which story we want to... I don't know, we can click on both of these things. I don't know what that means. Frame 5170, Toad to Ruin, or Cold Hands. I think Cold Hands sounds interesting. Want to go with that one? You guys want to pick? Franbo. I did one stream of it and never picked it up again. I should. Okay, Cold Hands. Here we go. Cassandra Caw. Okay, Cassandra, hit us. We're ready. Tell me if you haven't heard this one. There's a long road somewhere, a little motel. Nice place, clean carpets, cheerful wallpaper, a pool that isn't miles of sickly green algae, and a clerk who smiles. They're nice here, small town compassion in that way that makes folks sneer, makes them cite incest and ill intent because there's no way, no chance that it might be sincere. Anyway, there was this kid once and he came to stay in this motel. Not alone, of course. His mother with the frizzy red curls, au naturel. Is that how you say that? I'm not sure. Scottish autumnal? I don't know how to read that. Fire. His father, pot-bellied and speeding down a midlife crisis so quick you can hear his hairline fray. His sister, their tub of plastic dinosaurs, they all came along too. It was a family vacation. I saw kid in bold. It was a family vacation, I was told. One of the road trips to Disney with mom packing sandwiches and everyone singing ABBA on the way there. Not that the destination matters. What matters is the kid stayed in this motel and that he had a room with his sister, that he had all his toys, the dinosaurs in the diorama, streetlights blinking wetly through the blinds, a pattern of rain outside. Oh, now I'm in front of it. It was night, I was told. No one to tell this kid to go to sleep or tell him he had school the next day. He could play all night if he wanted. So he did. I want you to picture this. I want you to picture a curl of jazz coming out from outside, and a nice little room softly tiger-striped in gold, and a kid sitting cross-legged on the carpet with his dinosaurs rehearsing Macbeth. Cars flit past along the highway outside, trucks too, slumping shadows through the blinds, their silhouettes like the end times. The kid doesn't pay attention, of course. He's into his dinosaurs. He doesn't notice the trucks. He doesn't pay attention to the horns, to the zootrope of light, dark corn syrup light. He doesn't notice anything at all, not even the white hand that unrolls from under his bed. A little kid's hand with no kid attached. Nothing but arm that goes on and on like a white highway. Shit. It reaches around the bend of his knee, and as the kid reaches to pick up his favorite dinosaur, a stegosaurus with a stomach soaked in stars, it takes it... Oh, wait. Let me read that again. It reaches around the bend of his knee, and as the kid reaches to pick up his favorite dinosaurs, it takes his hand, fingers fitting between fingers, one set so much warmer than the other. Oh, so like this. The kid looks down. He squeezes the hand twinned with his. They stay like this for a while. I want to believe that they had a conversation, talked about life, what's popular on TV these days, nice things like that. It only seems right. Whatever the other thing was, it was probably lonely, had to be lonely if it reached out a hand like that. If it went through all that trouble to lace its fingers with the kids and sit there until the sun stopped, syrup gold onto the room again. The kid went away the next day. He had to. At that age, you don't get to say as to whether you want to spend a few more nights in a motel. Especially not a motel that your sister and your parents were certain was haunted by things worse than ghosts. None of them discussed, of course, why they'd not slept that night, and only laid there with their eyes on the ceiling, trying the whole while not to think about cold fingers tugging on their duvet, reaching for their hands, desperate. The family checked out at noon under a sky blistered white by the sun, their bellies heavy with pancakes and bacon, low-fat yogurt and cheap breakfast sausages. They got into their car and drove away, trying to forget the forest of white hands reaching up from darkness. All of them except for the kid, of course. He held onto his new friend's hand the whole way home. He took it with him? That's cool. Aw, those hands only wanted friends. But they have bacteria. Like, probably the worst bacteria. Hey, since we're telling stories, should we turn down the music? What? No. It's... What? Cavult? Is it? Alright. What next? I'm ready. Oh, we can choose each time. This is cool. Movie Brain, Bonesworth, The Drowning Ritual. I would say Drowning Ritual or Bonesworth. What do you guys think? KVLT is a band. Oh. Drowning Ritual. Yeah, we are Fatal Frame fans after all. Okay, also by Cassandra. Are we on a computer? The Drowning Ritual. Players. 1 principal, 2 players. Requirements. A house with at least 2 stories and a landing dividing the stairs. Container large enough to contain a woman's body. Salt, star, anise. Bladed object for each player, preferably something of personal value to its wielder. Timekeeping device. Cherry soda, enough to drown the container. We can click on either of these. Her name was Annie, you assholes. That's cool. Prologue. Clear the house of all living inhabitants, whether sapient or sentient in nature. You can use force if necessary. The ritual doesn't need consent. Do not proceed unless the house is empty except for the participants. Crush the star anise. Is that how you say that? Cooking spice. Okay. And mix the granules with salt. Dust the windows with the mixture you've made. Do not dust the doors. She doesn't like being trapped. You didn't ask her. You never asked. Fuck you. Not one of you stopped to ask. Summoning, part 1. Turn off the lights. The lights must stay off the entire ritual. If the lights are on, she won't come. Players need to make their way to the stairwell, on their hands, their knees, dragging shins along the carpet, or crab walking through the dark, it doesn't matter. They can do it however they will. At the stairwell, the principal must ascend to the landing. The principal must be in possession of the container and the cherry soda. The other players must position themselves either at the summit or the foot of the stairs. Once in place, the principal must then cut themselves with the blade and bleed onto the rope. Principal must say, we're going to do it this fairly. So come out one more time. The rope must be kept in the container. She'll come for you, don't worry. That's what she tasted like, you said. That's all you had to say. Fuck you. She sang like silver she dreamt of. Oh, I didn't read it. Okay, container must be filled with cherry soda. Player must wait. Side note. You see a hand rise from a sugar dark, broken at the wrist, snapped at the knuckle. This means the summoning was successful. Sassy, good to see you. Thanks so much for the 10 months. You see a smile jut from the murk. Teeth first, skin and sinew running like mascara down the jaw. This means the summoning was unsuccessful. That's okay. That just means Annie has friends. Oh my god, that's good. Okay, so if we see a hand, it was successful. If we see a smile, teeth first, it was unsuccessful. She will now rise from the container. The principal can keep her distracted with more offerings of blood. If she completely extricates herself from the container, the game is over and there can be no good outcome. See ending the ritual. Her name was Annie. The players must now rush her with their weapons. If they cut her, she will retreat, but only for a moment. It won't work. You can try. She'll bleed cherry soda like it was blood. You can't hurt her anymore. The objective is to continue this until dawn or she speaks. Inyoises, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. Players should be careful of cherry soda spilling over the stairs. It doesn't matter. Players should be careful not to injure one another. Doesn't matter. Players should be careful not to injure the principal. Doesn't matter. If she says your desire is mine, the principal can ask her to show the players the way to their greatest joy. Just a lie. Players can then climb into the container to their prize. It won't work. If she says you have to keep playing, the players and the principal now have 2 options. The first is to continue as before, but with the understanding that there will be additional challenges. There will be others and they will want blood too. The second is to make a sacrifice of one of the 3. Ending the ritual. If the ritual ends if someone is killed. If a player was responsible for the death, the survivors must evacuate the stairwell quickly. Oh. Each player must then go to each window and run a finger along the trail of salt and star anise. Do not miss a single window. Players must declare loudly, "We are guiltless in this." The players must then try to leave. Right? If she is feeling generous, they will be allowed to go. Just until you get home, just until the doors are locked, just until the shadows drown the room in ink. Ooh, she's coming for you! The ritual ends because she is succeeded in freeing herself. One of the players must be killed, otherwise everyone dies. See above for following steps. Ritual ends with her saying the words, "Your desire is mine." Each player must enter the container in turn. The others cannot speak until a hand rises from the cherry soda to beckon for the next. Repeat until everyone has crossed over. It will be obvious what you need to do then. Oh, that was it? Man, I wish... I kind of wanted like a group of people to then do the ritual. And then do like a story. Seen one of those websites. The ritual needed my mom's maiden name and the street I grew up on, I think. Sounds scary. No more Frankenstein stories. I'm done with found objects. Necromancer Blues or Mia Ball? BB, what are you doing? I think he's looking for his toys. Yeah. He's sitting here again. See if I can show. There he is. Are you gonna just lie there now? Oh, yeah. I guess this is his new spot. Necromancer Blues, because blue. Hi. Okay, let's do the blues. Also by Cassandra. Performed by Priscilla Snow. Don't go out into the woods. There are girls in those woods, strung up in the trees, buried in the roots, dead on the road, dead by the freeway with their thumbs still pointing home. Girls who deserve better, girls who could have had better, except fate is a fucking cheat. Oh, she's singing the right bit. Nice. They say she's older than she looks, older than she should be. And baby, you don't want to see her. You can buy the soundtrack on their page, their itch.io page. The girls in the woods don't sleep easy. They dream of what could have been. Proms, walking down the aisle. White lace and not white snow. Roads that go somewhere. Roads that go home. Sometimes the god listens. Oh, the text is like vibrating. It's their own soundtrack, so I don't think this will be copyright claimed. Don't go into the woods, baby. Can I click that? No. The god of these girls has come to take them home. It's very nice to listen to, yeah. This could be the theme song to a very creepy movie. For sure. Yeah. King, thanks so much for the 3 months. Thank you. I'm very impressed so far. This is honestly a lot better than I thought it would be. Pee-Pee's just lying here now. You sweetie. I'm going to have that stuck in my head now. Don't go into the woods. Didn't we order pizza? I did, I think. That was 2 hours ago. Yeah, you didn't say what kind of pizza. Whatever, more stories. Saint of Pantries, Rock Slides, or Deathbed Confession. They all sound good. I like the third one best. What do you guys think? Pineapple pizza? Maybe. He just said, any pizza, thanks. I wonder if they would do that. If you would give them a call and you're like, just surprise me. Just give me any pizza. Would they actually do that? Deathbed? Okay. Ooh. Okay. I used to volunteer at an old folks' home a few years back, before I wisened up to why you keep death behind church glass windows and don't sit with her at the lunch table, talking smack about the girl with the bubblegum mouth, the shine of her lip gloss brighter than the damn day. Anyways, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. It wasn't one of those facilities with just crotchety old men milling around contraband pornography, a Corona in one hand, a story in the other. People didn't go there to pretend that the party went on forever, lit up by a wine gold sunset, everything sun-sweetened and perfect. They went there to die. Don't get me wrong, this wasn't a bad thing. The facility wasn't concrete and rusted metal, 3 square meals or of who gives a fuck. If anything, it was the opposite. The director cared for the residents. Our training revolved around acts of palliative compassion. Salaried or volunteers, she made us understand how to do right by our guests. Karma, she told me softly once, voice as drowning thick as molasses. It'll get you every time. In the section I was assigned, there were 5 old guys, 2 World War II veterans, a traveling salesman who still had all of his own teeth, a burlesque coach, and this wizened rake of a man. He was 92, 95? No one knew for sure. He was tall, legs so long his feet dangled from the foot of his bed. Thin, too, his skin notched by the pattern of bone beneath the surface. He was dying of everything a man of his age could be dying of, but he clung on nonetheless. The weeks melted to months. The diagnosis piled up. But he wouldn't die. One day, I was changing his bedpan, his urine red and stinking of raspberries. I said to him, "You really don't want to go, huh?" He looked at me and he whispered, "I'm trying. She won't let me." Something about his tone of voice. I left early. Fled, almost. I took a week and a call to my mom before I could be corralled back. I hadn't slept much those 7 days. Couldn't sleep, not without dreaming of his skin under my fingers, a palimpsest of scar tissue, pricked with moles, growth whirled into the soft space between his joints, cancers like fruit cloistered under his ribs, so many it felt like a harvest. I couldn't stop thinking of how he smelt, that sweet, rotten raspberry stink. Couldn't stop worrying at the memory of his voice, that rasp, the way he looked at me, calm as a nun. "She won't let me," he said. Who wouldn't let him? The day I came back, I spent most of my shift doing everything else, anything that would keep me from going back to that room, but you can't keep running forever. So as the dusk blued the corridors, I crept back down to where he laid in his alcove of paisley curtains, buried in those ugly handmade pillows. I walked into the room and I saw her, backlit by the wolf light, tall. So tall that the divot of her hip pressed itself to the ceiling, so thin that the sunset made a script of her knees, her spine, columns and characters of bone, her hair like blood of raspberries, falling over the old man's face as she leaned down, a finger moving to rest on his lips. He watched her approach like a lover, full of yearning that made me uncomfortable, like seeing your parents in passionate embrace. But I couldn't avert my eyes. I stared, dumbstruck, as the old man opened his mouth, and fingers of black fog reached out from his throat to spider around his jaw. Gross. Something was trying to pull itself free, struggling like a caterpillar up in web. Caterpillar trusted up in web. Grasping at teeth and chin, even the bridge of the man's nose, anything it could reach for purchase. But the woman pushed down with that finger, down into the man's mouth, down until his throat accordioned and his neck let out a crack. She pushed down until her hand was swallowed to the wrist. Then she saw me. Headlight eyes, a mouth like a door. Please don't kill me, please don't kill me. And vanished. She won't let me die, the old man croaked, when the silence had worn itself into something familiar. So I helped. I guess you think this is a deathbed confession. I mean, the accident was bad. But the truth is that I just wanted you to know, just wanted to make sure you understood this was because I felt bad for him, nothing else. I can repeat the story if you like, as many times as you want. Or whenever you want. She won't let me die, after all. What? That was good. I wish we could have seen a drawing of that huge lady in the room. Her hips to the ceiling, and then just crouched over and just going along the ceiling and then hunching back down. That would have been awesome to see. So the director was the ghost. I don't think so. Your parents told you stories, right? Really bad ones. Right, the ones with lessons. So you wouldn't lose the remote or whatever. Let's do one of those. Eat your peas. It'll get stuck that way. Oh, that's when you make funny faces, right? Amaz rules. I want to go with the first or second, I think. It's kind of like scary stories to tell in the dark. Yeah, it's like that movie that's coming up with Del Toro. I'm excited for that one. Stuck That Way, the second one. Eat Your Peas, second. Okay, Stuck That Way. Kevin Snow. Okay, this is someone else who wrote it. There was once a little boy who could pop his neck. Oh no, I do that. Oh no, this is going to be a horrible story for me. Every time he stretched his neck to the side, out came a loud crack. You want to try? Let's see if I can do it. There it is. The little boy's mom said he inherited this from Grandpa. Skipped a whole generation. The boy loved to do it. Yeah, I do. While eating, watching cartoons, or playing games, he'd idly stretch his neck out. I do that, yeah. Yeah, I just have to. There's a tension buildup if I don't do it. It leads to headaches. When Mom got tired of the sound, she'd tell the boy, "You keep doing that, it'll get stuck that way." At first, this scared the boy. He had nightmares about his neck stretching out impossibly long. The weight of his head bending back on itself in a loop, all the while going crack. 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 But like anything a parent says over and over, it started to lose its power. The boy merrily cracked away, rolling his eyes whenever Mom told him, "It'll get stuck that way." One day, Mom told the boy they were going to visit Grandpa. Now, he hadn't seen Grandpa in years. Last time was when he was a toddler, and the memories were faded. At Grandpa's house, the boy rapped on the door. The boy heard motion on the other side of the door, followed by the sound of unlocking, the knob turning, and the door creaking open. "Why, come in. Ain't seen you since you were little." Oh, that was it. I was going to move the camera, but it went away. That was awesome. Grandpa seemed friendly. Great dude. Takes a while for the Werthers to slide down. Oh my god. Hey, Aiden. I gotta get this off my chest. You know that word you love? KVLT? What about it? You always say it like cult. Oh, I said it right. But it's just cult with weird letters. Oh, you've pronounced it wrong for years. I looked it up. I'm so sorry. Wow, I say that word 10 times an hour. Cult. The longer I kept it from you, the worse it felt. It's a lie that festered for years. Is that the doorbell? Pizza? It's been hours. Why is the door just open? I have no idea. Oh, pizza! It's only Pizza Teen. Pizza Teen, you scared us! Sorry about that. You want this pizza? Yeah, please, I'm starving. Cool, here you go then. Spooky night out. Y'all don't have any cash for a tip, huh? Shit. Oh, is this the end? The pizza arrived? Oh, we gotta go back. We have to check out the other stories. There's so many stories. That was awesome. Restart! Fuck, this is good. This is so much more fun than I thought it would be. Okay. So he doesn't like mushrooms. Just order the pizza, please. Shit. Pizza Paradise doesn't do online orders. I have to call them. Oh no. Gonna go with different options. I don't think it changes anything, but... Okay. They'll be here in an hour. Could have gone worse. Maybe the skull by the story means it's new. Let's see. I wonder if there's like different endings. Like there's no pizza boy at the end, but something else. Should we try the click a skull? Content warning. Contains jump scare, domestic abuse, violence towards infant. Oh, so it just gives you a little bit of info about what kind of story it is. That's interesting. Okay, let's just do the first one, since we did Cold Hands. Kevin Snow. I don't remember my dad's face. That's an awesome little touch. Doing like the remember faded like that. Spitting image of your old man, aunts and uncles tell me. At cookouts, everyone says I look just like he did at my age. If I manage to break away from the conversation, I always try, they suck their teeth and train their eyes on me, observing me until I make it to a bedroom. I hide there for hours sometimes. I do remember his voice, kind of. He never yelled at me, not directly, but he yelled about me. I remember hiding behind chairs, pressing my ear against walls to hear the muted thunderstorm in adjacent rooms. My own special performance, a promise of what could come down. I hung on every word. No one says I sound like my dad, though. They say I look like him, and I don't remember his face. My Uncle Jeff, he always describes my dad's nose. The bridge protruded out beautiful, a Greek sculpture, and the tip flat and turned up like a bat. No matter which portrait Jeff paints, he always reaches out one conclusion. I sure do have my dad's nose. I don't have any pictures of my dad's face. Before the accident, he scratched himself out of family photos. There's a picture of me when I was little, sitting in a plastic high chair, Ninja Turtles bib, chocolate cake smeared all over. Dad's in the background holding a soda can, his face a series of thick grooves, like a freshly tilled field. That album has 2 words engraved on the cover. Cherished moments. Stephanie, thanks for the bits. A freak accident. That's what his boss called it when my dad fell 40 feet to his death. Everyone's called it that since. Everyone says it kind of defensive. Mom thinks his boss blames himself, and his side of the family doesn't talk about how he drank on the clock. I was 5. I didn't understand, mostly. They only come at night, mostly. Mom says I cried a lot, but if I did, it sure wasn't about his death. Didn't take much time for the rumors to start. She took him for granted, my grandma said. At the funeral, no one would look at my mom. She wandered the small Baptist church like a ghost. A week before the accident, I prayed for my dad to leave. Oof. I knelt beside the bed with my hands cupped like I never do, and promised I wouldn't ask for anything else in my life. Please, Lord, take him away. Amen. There's still one record of my dad's face, a home video. I watch it every week after his cold eyes have slipped from my memories. Mom labeled the front with permanent marker, Motel Pool 4196. Cassette shell's pristine, but the tape inside is all cut up, like Dad ran it under a knife. He didn't get every frame, though. The small square pool of a Motel 6 located in rural Alabama, smothered beneath scan lines. Mom holds the camera, the poolside director issuing commands from a vinyl chase, creating memories. I'm an infant, held in Dad's arms. Static cuts Dad's head off at the neck, rolling up and down the television screen in waves. There's a part, though, after a bystander climbs out of the pool, where Dad's face is visible despite the damage done to the tape. Oh. After Mom films... didn't I just click that? Around that time, I begin to pause the video every other second to make sure I catch the right frame. Frame 490... Oh, frame 4910. Dad lowers my body to the water. Frame 4968. Dad gently drops me into the pool. Frame 5021. Dad turns his head to face the camera. Frame 5072. Dad sinks below the surface. Frame 5122. Dad's hands reappear on the edge of the pool. Static floods the screen. From off-camera, strangers can be heard screaming. Oh! Jesus. The VCR rewinds. After the tape wraps around the spool, I put the cassette back in its paper sleeve, a record of a memory I've already forgotten. Flyboy! Ah, you got your year! Thank you so much, you got your silver! That was pretty good. So something fucked up the dad's face? Or he knew something was wrong with it and it never, like, recorded properly? Like, the thing where, like, people always forget the faces. Like, it's like, I just saw the dude, but I just can't remember his face. And then any picture and video material, anything is, like, blurred out. Or, like, has, like, a static line where the face is. Tape dude. That's pretty cool. Hey. Since we're telling stories, should we turn down the music? This is the same again. Let's skip this. It's Cavolt. Okay, so we did the drowning ritual. We can do movie brain or bones worth. Are we just gonna cycle the whole thing? Because then I'll just work my way down the list, honestly. Yeah. Movie brain. Movie brain has new recommendations. You'll love this new content. Overloaded with content. 97.8% of people sharing your characteristics loved this media. Blue-collar CEO, wealthy boss disguises himself as just one of the guys. That's an actual show. This is 12 interview subjects open up about their struggles living inside their bodies. Huh. Click here to unsubscribe. Bad gateway. Gun School Fusion. Hinata Nakamura arrives at her school dream, Gun University, as an ancient conspiracy threatens her life. Unauthorized. The truck driver. Humble man provides for his son as the last trucker suffering silently in his own skin. Day-Lewis in an acclaimed performance. Again, suffering in own skin. It repeats itself. Undercover Boss is the real show. I think so too, yeah.
Wow, guys.
New recommendations. Oh, Jess, thank you so much. Thank you for gifting to Mirage. Get Well Motel. Feeling under the weather? Patients learn the devastating truth about their family's medical history while resting off severe illness. Survival Chef. 6 chefs are dumped into the wild to scavenge for resources. Can they prepare a full-course dinner without poisoning the judges? Okay. Bad request. Take some time to finish up that content. Octa window. Handsome bachelor's first 8 wives didn't work out. Which of these 22 young contestants will win his heart? Oh my god. Can't imagine being married 8 times. Been married once and I already am like, I don't know if I want to marry again. Mason Wilson, offended. Takes hard work to be good. Mason Wilson isn't trying. The comedy legend takes no prisoners at Madison Square Garden. In a society where the government persecutes fusions, rogue surgeon Dr. Sarko carries a degree, scalpel, and justice. Okay. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. Darling Dental. Canines, incisors, molars. Or is it incisors? No, incisors sounds better. Every tooth is beautiful, as this 10-hour slideshow demonstrates. Leading experts praise our oral cavities. Are we going to get new things? Coalescence. Liberation from our lonely enclosures. Joined together not as parasites, but equal bundles of cell and tissue. Beautiful infusion. Sing with many mouths the harmony of our shared condition. Breathe. Weird. Please locate your multi-user device, then follow the instructions. Your friends await. Your family awaits. New season of Housewives in Minneapolis awaits. That was weird. There was nothing creepy about that. I'm more into Gun School Fusion. That was a weird one. Was there something we were supposed to... Some overlapping stuff that we were supposed to notice? We listened to Necromancer Blues, so let's do the bowl one. Jess, thank you! Thank you so much. My dog's first words were Mia Bowl. Your dog? Harold always barked weird. I used to upload videos to YouTube with titles like, Dog sounds like a human? What the hell? Oh my god, the screaming dog that Sean loves so much is so good. It's so good. There's like one video that he uses, that he used in what does he call the series again? Funniest home videos? Is that what he calls it? There's this one short clip of like a dog that like goes to like howl, but then the end of it is just like a ah! It's so funny. That got me a few dozen subscribers, nothing major. Either he didn't stand out enough or I'm not good with branding, or hell, both. So these words, I thought at the time, were not human words, but more of his strange sounds. Then he repeated himself, Mia Bol. Mia Bol, maybe he's Italian. His snout parted, his tongue folded and clicked, an awkward and desperate sound, similar to the squeak of old wet shoes. I usually responded with playful talk. What was that, Harold? So wise. But in the moment it felt inappropriate, like an adult leaning down to talk to a teen. So I said nothing. He went back to grooming himself, and I wish I'd had my phone out, if not for the surely viral content, than to confirm what I had heard. When I met Harold, he was already 3. The shelter told me he'd lived on the street before landing there. He didn't socialize with the other dogs or bark at anything passing, so he went unnoticed until the day I let him out of his cage. He crawled into my lap and licked my face, eyes full of love, mouth full of slobber. I immediately called my landlord and filled the adoption papers. After that time Harold spoke, I kept my phone in hand with the camera app idle in the background. I asked him, Mia Bol, Harold? What's Mia Bol? What... Are you guys reading it the same, or am I just missing some, like, English word? It's just you don't know what this means, right? Just checking. Meatball? I put steak cubes in his food as a treat or a bribe. He ate it up but said nothing. I dismissed it as an isolated incident until weeks later. I arrived home from a late night at the hospital. I was tired and didn't bother to set an alarm. I fell asleep quick, so quick I don't remember Harold climbing into bed with me. Somehow, it wasn't the pain that woke me up, but the sound. The sound, I thought, of Harold eating wet food like chopped beef or the spaghetti I sometimes shared from my own plate. I rubbed my eyes trying to clear my vision, but instead I smeared something into my eyeball. I turned on my phone's flashlight. then saw blood on the screen. Blood on my hand. Down the bed I saw Harold. Blood on his mouth. He licked his matted fur and barked a strange sound. Miabol. I must have hurt myself coming home from work. Harold must have been worried about me, tried to clean me up. Or maybe Harold is an animal and I'm flesh. From then on, I slept with my door shut. I think it was around then that Harold started to change. Not in demeanor, but appearance. Maybe I couldn't see him the same, my suppressed fear emphasizing his animal features in my mind. Were Harold's eyes always so human? His teeth? I spent days researching dog anatomy, making uncomfortable calls to local veterinarians. Then I started taking videos. At first, the videos were only for comparison purposes. If Harold were changing quickly, not growing older over time, I thought videos would prove it. I ran out of space on my phone, then on my cloud accounts, so I started uploading the videos to YouTube. I didn't promote them. No tags, no custom thumbnails, no algorithm-friendly names, so I was surprised when people posted comments. This is cool. That's not a dog, people said. Trolls, I thought. But then every comment was along the same line. That's not a dog. Wait, is it a person? Is he just not seeing it? Is he just like filming a person? Harold had haters. It must have been an organized harassment campaign from somewhere. I got defensive when people accused me of animal abuse. But I also felt an odd joy when new videos got dozens of replies in minutes, mostly puke emojis. I enjoyed most of all the reaction videos, thumbnails of strangers with their mouths agape and eyes wide in theatrical horror. That sounds like a YouTube thumbnail, right? Harold started to miss me, I guess. I heard scratching on my bedroom door at night and a low, mournful whimpering. I felt guilty for ignoring him, and I missed him too. All the attention from strangers online made me feel lonelier. That's too true, dude. One night, Harold stared at me from the hallway as I shut the door. I felt cruel and I slid the chain lock in place. I'd worked a double shift, so it was late, and I'd gone through the day like a ghost, barely speaking with my co-workers. I woke up shortly after to the sound of scratching and whimpering. It was cold. I must have forgotten to turn the heat on. Harold would be warm. We'd warm each other. As I drew close to the door, I started to make out Harold's whimpering. Mi amor. Mi amor. Meatball. I unslid the chain lock, turned the knob, opened the door. Holy fuck. Through the crack, I saw Harold. He wanted in. I remember Harold's food dish, the kibble mixed with steak cubes. I loved Harold so much. What people online don't understand is I'd do anything to take care of him. Wait, what? Was he feeding him human meat or something? Why would you mention the steak cubes again? What kind of steak was it? My bowl? Maybe he was saying my bowl? Maybe he wanted more food? Why was he eating him, though, at night? He fed him himself? Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's why he, like, started eating him when... maybe. He adopted a werewolf? Maybe. That was really good. I'd still adopt Harold. Same. If BB wants me, I'll give up an arm for BB or a leg. We did Deathbed Confession. That was very good. Saint of Pantries. Okay, Cassandra again. Tell me a ghost story before 2 a.m. Pacific time, and I'll tell you something you didn't know about a ghost in your life. I'm so sorry I'm blocking half of these. Like, sometimes the text is on the right, sometimes it's on the left, so I can't really... There was this house in our neighborhood that always seemed to be abandoned, except for a car. Bright red Volkswagen. Shiny as hell. Looked like someone took the time to polish it every morning. I had to walk past it every day on my way home from work. And I swear, it always felt like something was watching me. Not the car. The car was okay. Something pressed up against the glass on the inside. Big and bent from having to fold itself into that small space, like a 6-foot clown in a 2-foot box. It would follow me, moving from window to window, face just smushed to the glass. I never turned around to see if I was right. That's creepy. It's not personal. She does this to everyone who crosses that wedge of land. She knows that reality is frayed there, porous. In a few years, it will not matter what she does. They will lose their shyness. But for now, they dread her attention, her broken glass eyes, her smile, her fingers in their hundreds. What? Fucking hell, I think I saw that car too. It was a few years ago, but there was a bright red Volkswagen in my neighborhood. Same thing, polished as heck. Polished as heck! Standing outside an abandoned house. I looked, though, still couldn't see anything. She's shy. You would be too if you were grown in a box, the opus of some chthonic glassblower, exhaling a body into the dark. She's never seen her face, and she has no changing that. She has seen enough in half reflections offered by rain and passing cars. But what is this bullshit? That red car was in my neighborhood too, but here's the thing. My red car didn't stay still. What the fuck is up with that? They follow sometimes. Cartilage and grinning skulls and throats so long they'll drink you forever. They follow sometimes, through the alleys and down the road that takes you home, waiting to be let in. So she comes along to make sure you're okay. Shit, this is wild. So she's like a guardian spirit or something? I thought you were talking about ghosts. What's she doing? Is she the patron saint of people walking home or something? No, she's not. She's a saint of pantries, of keeping your larders full. She's a saint of protecting what's yours by rite and ritual, of waiting, mouth slick and eager. Wait, what do you mean, saint of pantries? Wait, what? Wait, what does this mean? What did we just read? So there's a red car parked on a street, and if you walk by it, there's a lady that lives in there who watches you. Sometimes it follows you home, and it's the protector of pantries, of what is yours. So does that mean that it can be in anything? In any like cupboard or something? Someone's in your pantry. Yeah, so like it's not just in a car, but it can be in any cupboard or anything. Does it help you carry groceries? Patron saint of pantries, maybe she ate him? I don't know. She can contort herself in any space. I think so, yeah. I think that's what it means. Like she guards your stuff that you put in closets and stuff. So she lives in those tight spaces. I think something like that. The people she watches are in her pantry. She doesn't want the other creatures eating them first. Oh. That might be it, yeah. But does that mean she sees the world as her pantry? She's a mouse. That's why you never drive cars. What? Okay, so let's do the peas one. Eat your peas. Okay, Kevin again. This should be good. Kevin's the good one. The better one. Turn to your neighbor and read this one out loud. No one around? Maybe you should look closer. What? No! There was a kid who never ate their greens. Could be any kid, but let's call him Aiden. Aiden's mom tried everything at the supermarket. Carrots, zucchini, avocados, but the kid wouldn't give them a chance. Every argument ended with vegetables at the bottom of the trash can. Until Aiden made the mistake of trying a spoonful of peas. They spit them out pronto, but that was enough. Mom had made some traction. From then on, it was peas with every meal. Turn to your neighbor here and look determined. Cross your arms. Eat your peas, Aiden. Eat your peas! Aiden couldn't catch a break. They started hiding peas in their shirt and dumping them in their bedroom closet. Jesus. The peas didn't stop, but Mom's insistence did. Things calmed down. Until one night. While Aiden drifted off to sleep, they heard a low sound from their closet. Oh my god, that was so subtle. Aiden ran downstairs. Mom, she was still in bed, sound asleep. Must have been the wind. Aiden couldn't mention any of this to their mom because they'd have to confess about that hidden closet piece. Oh yeah. That night, Aiden heard the same sound coming from their closet. Ugh, so creepy. This time, Aiden didn't run away. They slid out of bed and tiptoed to the closet. An unearthly green light shined from the space underneath the door. Aiden slowly pulled open the door. Open your eyes real wide and say this next part extra loud. Too bad. Sorry I'm blocking that with my camera. That wasn't too good. The eat your peas whisper was good, but actually showing a monster made of peas is like, so ridiculous. Okay, that's the thing with the cult again. Cult with weird letters. Let's say wow this time. Wait, does this mean it's time for pizza, dude? Yep. I think we can do one more round and then we've read everything. Let's try to leave. Did anyone order pizza? Eat your pizza. Eat your veggies, yeah. I don't remember where I saw it, but I thought this was so funny. I don't know if I can show you guys. I think I have it saved somewhere. Yeah, this one. I don't know. You could probably... No, you can't see it at all. Wait, let me... It's too bright. Today I'll... Oh, no, it's getting bright again. Stop. Keep your brightness down. Today I'll exercise. Today I'll exer. Today I'll... Today... To... Ta... Tak... Taco. That's me in a nutshell. Okay, one more time. Check, I missed some messages. Okay. Tacos. What if we do half and half? Haven't done that option yet. They get baked into the cheese. Landmines. See you later, Jeremy. Any pizza, thank you. Okay, did you give them our address? No. That's important, isn't it? They'll figure it out. Oh no. I forgot the other option. I keep doing what now? Toad to Ruin, the last one. Let's go, Kevin. growing up, I'd catch frogs in the woods around our house and hold them here in my hands, squeezing a little so they didn't hop out. My family, they ate the poor things, but me, I wanted friends. Sometimes they didn't try to escape. They sat in my palm with their beady eyes, sweet as can be. I loved all kinds, the little bitty ones, the size of a quarter, the bumpy toads with big throat sacs. Though I rarely saw the same one twice, I gave them all names. Tom, Croak, Bellow. Sometimes I gave them long, silly names, like this one Fowler toad, Her Royal Highness Queen Cordelia. I knew what kind of toad she was because I checked out library books with pictures. So you can imagine, now that I've told you about Her Royal Highness Queen Cordelia, that I was none too pleased when I saw my cousin Joseph blow her inside out with firecrackers. Jesus. I remember the box, an artillery vehicle in bright, fun colors, surrounded by warning labels my cousin sure never read. And I remember Cordelia's guts on the rock, the loose, disconnected skin and limbs, like a burst water balloon. I grieved, and I hated. Mom tried all manner of ways to cheer me up. Cordelia was in heaven, she said. Frogs don't feel pain. Kids dissect them in school, so it's fine. I ate frog legs once as a toddler, she told me, thinking I'd feel a hypocrite. No, I felt mad she fed them to me. She got desperate. She'd say anything to shut me up, but she wouldn't say a word about Joseph's behavior, not to me or his parents. Yeah, he's the one who should get in trouble for fucking abusing an animal like that. I had dreams after that. Dreams where I bound Joseph in rope and tied bottle rockets to his bruised skin like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon. Duct taped his mouth, lit the fuses while his watery eyes begged me. I woke up from those dreams with a smile on my face. That's fucked up. But I didn't act, because I didn't know how, not back then. Wasn't ladylike to kill your cousin. I sure believed that. One day I went out into our backyard to the old oak tree I always played near. I thought at first that moss covered my tree, but no, not moss. All the frogs for miles piled onto the bark with their sleek bodies, a symphony of croaks obliterating my raptured mind. I burned daylight trapping mosquitoes and dragonflies in plastic bug boxes, making deliveries. Frogs, turns out, are inelegant hunters. It's not often a quick tongue followed by a clean, easy swallow. A moth sat on a toad's head for a solid minute before a neighbor clumsily jumped on, crunched, pawed at the still flapping wings poking out of its mouth. Messy business. That night when I went inside, Mom told me to get into the basement. Our house was in the path of Hurricane Floyd. I had folks who didn't put stock in the media, who spit the word government like a cuss, so when the evacuation order came down, we didn't leave. Most of our neighbors left, but not us. I was 9. Way the wind rattled the walls, I thought it would tear the roof clean off and suck me out into the clouds, but it's the water I should have been afraid of. All that rain and surge, in 10 minutes the basement water reached 3 steps up from the floor. Death floated in that indoor pond, catfish from the river, snakes and rats seeking shelter and finding none. That night, after the storm passed and the water went down a little, I climbed to the roof and shined a flashlight out at the distance, looking down on all the devastation. Little bulbs ignited in the darkness, light reflecting off the eyes of hundreds of frogs, frogs swimming, frogs attached to the dead street lamps, judging out of the water, frogs surviving in what I faintly recognized as my hometown. I felt shocked, sure. I expected that, having watched the news when hurricanes touched down elsewhere. Videos of water surging over long rows of sandbags, of families standing in front of their ruined homes while talking out about the mercy of God. I didn't expect, though, the calm that rolled through me, seeing the only area I'd ever lived turned inside out and re-envisioned from a process I couldn't comprehend. Phoebe's being cute. Everything all at once felt unknowable. In that chaos, I found new comfort. The next day, I found out from Mom that my cousin Joseph had died in the storm. Drowned, folks said, but those who saw him, not many, because of the closed casket surface, they spread rumors. They found my cousin Joseph face down in sewer water. Recovering him, his slimy corpse slid from their grasp. The autopsy said his bones had been crushed to shards. I had sweet dreams that night, the sweetest dreams. Of a great toad swallowing Joseph, crunching on marrow and sinews until he went down smooth, and then finally spitting him back up because awful little children taste terrible. Gina, oh my god, thank you so much. Internet is being wonky, but I hope everyone's having a good day. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was a good one. That was karma. That was a downer. Glad my cousins are cool. Okay. It's gewollt. Okay, next one is... We did Movie Brain, right? That was the boring one. Drowning Ritual was kind of cool, but didn't lead anywhere. So let's do Bonesworth. I think that's the one we haven't done yet. Tap to unlock. Organizing conferences people enjoy. Locations for conferences, conferences, best food, best ramen, catering services. Secure Wi-Fi passwords, Knuckle Ridge Wi-Fi free Wi-Fi, friendship, trigger fire alarm. Restaurants open late, top 10 late night restaurants. Symptoms of food poisoning, how fast? Okay, so wait, so someone came to the town, then went out to have dinner with someone probably late at night, and then got sick. And so this is stuff that he's Googling probably. Auditory hallucinations, shapes and static, pareidolia, sleep techniques, getting sleep after food poisoning, how to minimize nausea. Okay, so then he's starting to see things. How to make friends as adults, how to do small talk. Everyone wants to know that one. Bonesworth, how to stay alert. How to tell if a woman is interested. How to flirt. Bonesworth, how to make the first move. Easy exercises to get fit, how to gain self-confidence. Traits of attractive people, how to keep shapes away. Bonesworth, keep away. Can someone hack your phone? Local pranks, what is Bonesworth? Oh, so maybe the phone is like looking up Bonesworth without him even like doing it, or her. And then now later he's like, okay, what is Bonesworth? Because why is my phone researching that? Famous serial killers, murders in Knuckle Ridge, karmic payback, what is Bonesworth? How do you play? Can you die from too little sleep? Sleep deprivation. When does sleep deprivation become serious? Bonesworth, keep away 3 players. Techniques on being assertive. Deleting search history. Natural sedatives, tranquilizers, good places for meetings in Knuckle Ridge. History of Bonesworth. Bonesworth in Knuckle Ridge. Bonesworth, keep away from quiet. Keep away, come quietly. Keep away, keep away. That's all he's searching. How to summon Bonesworth, how to recognize Bonesworth, how to play, how to keep away. Oh, that was good. That was very interesting. I've never actually like seen a story be told just through like Google searches. Not that it's Google, but through phone searches. That was kind of cool. I wish we could see what the person actually was doing, but... Bonesworth, Bonesworth, Bonesworth! That was pretty cool. Both of these we've already seen. Do you guys want to listen to the song again? Or click through the dog story and just get through it? That was Calling, yeah, Queer, the Wii phone game. I don't think I can skip. Oh, I can skip, yeah. Okay, good. Thanks. So here, the only one we haven't read yet is Rock Slides. You run a mill file across a dull saw. Oh, a mill file across a dull saw. A couple passes up and down, getting the tooth line nice and level. Charles, that insufferable louse, he never touches this kind of work. He's back at the cabin, surely, kicking his feet up and failing to read a magazine. The row of teeth lies uniformly even. You sharpen the edges just enough to maintain height. Scars cover your hand from past mistakes here. Lost your grip, bled on the saw. Of course, Charles's hands are pristine, free of cuts and calluses. And there he is, right on time, when the work's half done. He pulls up his slack pants and rests hands on his belt, pushing them back down. You'd done this back at the cabin. I would have helped you, buddy. I hate people like this. Do you guys have someone in your life who does that as well? Like...
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet.
No, that's fine.
More every day.
my Google thing got involved. I hate people. I have had people in my life that whenever something needs to be done, they just like conveniently, they always have something to do suddenly. And then they always show up when you're already like halfway through it or almost done. And then they offer to help. I fucking hate that. It's like a pet peeve of mine. When it's like, okay, we gotta clean up this mess that we made from cooking or whatever. Like when you come together with friends and everyone, like you're in the kitchen, everyone together. And then, okay, well, the dishes need to be done. And it's best to do it all together because then like more hands make light work. Can you say that in English? I think so, right? And then that one person that's so fucking lazy just is like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. And then comes back like 15 minutes later when you're already done or when you're almost done. And it's like, oh, sorry, I would have helped. And like you can believe it one time, but if it happens like years on end, it's like, you're just fucking lazy, dude. I hate people like that. There he is, right on time when the work is half done. He pulls up his slack pants, rests hands on his belt, pushing them back down. You've done this back at the cabin. I would have helped you, buddy. Buddy. Word makes you want to spit. You're not buddies. You slip the handle loop over the saw blade and twist to tighten. Then eye Charles, who breaks the intentional silence. You need some help there? Need some help. It's a two-person saw, asshole. You think that, but don't say it because Charles has thin skin. He'd huff about it for weeks. Exactly. Oh, so annoying. Minnie, thanks for the 13 months. Thank you. Good to see you. I feel like it's been a while. Charles freezes and pops a hand behind an ear, giving himself the appearance of a baby elephant. What on earth? You hear that? You do hear that. Some commotion up the mountain, like a landslide, but eastward. You remember, too, if it were a landslide, you'd be dead. Must be one of them, Charles spits, as if summoning the word from his mouth. Slight rock boulders. Bulcock. Charles talks about slight rock boulders like he's by a campfire, but it's the only scary story he knows, and it's not even scary. It's ridiculous. You're both grown men. Some great beast slides down the mountain like a fish and gobbles up all the folks in its path. Nonsense. You set the saw with a hammer and ready it on the tree. You and Charles go back and forth, pushing and pulling, familiar motion. Charles messes up the timing, pulling before you begin to push. Saw wobbles and pops off the tree, nearly knocking you over. Easy there, buddy. Almost took your own eye out. It was his fault. The saw didn't get anywhere near your eyes. You've had enough of this, cat. You roll up your sleeves. Easy now. I forgive you, buddy. Put your hands on Charles' shirt collar. Up the mountain, the same distance rumbling comes down, closer this time. Charles opens his mouth. You know he'll mention those damn monsters. Punch him in the teeth. Blood pools in his mouth. His eyes look hurt, confused, even a little scared. You've wanted to do this for a long time. You pull back your... What? Wait, I didn't catch the last word. What did it say? You'll pull back your what? The Deathbed story? Deathbed Confession. That was the title, okay. Your fist. Oh. So we went to punch him, but then when we pulled back, his teeth were all horrible? Okay. No one likes lumberjacks. I have nothing against them. Why would no one like lumberjacks? The slide monster got them both. Maybe, yeah, because they were just too busy fighting. Ama's rules. I heard this one from my cousin, so don't quote me on this. She said that when our Ama was alive, the old broad used to be really, really particular about how the women in the family dealt with their monthly inconvenience. Oh no, that kind of story? There were so many rules. If you were having your period, you had to shower before you came down to dinner in her house. You had to throw out the menstrual pads every night. You had to wear perfume. You couldn't sit in Akong, so it's Akong and Ama. Favorite chair or go near the shrine. What the fuck? The girls all listened to Ma, of course. No one in her right mind goes up against the widowed matriarch of the family. Not if you want to be allowed to attend the reunion dinner, be acknowledged at parties, see your name on her will. But my cousin wasn't the kind of girl who dawdled with superstition. She paid lip service to the rules. Lip service? To the rules during visitations and ignored them as much as she could. Until one night. Girl, I think you're having your period. Better check, said the old woman as the family loitered in the living room. I'm not, my cousin said. I can smell you, Ma whispered. Ugh! The whole room went quiet. But my cousin only laughed. Sure you can. And so can he. Then Ma nodded to the chair that Kong had loved so much, and my cousin heard a clicking noise, like teeth on glass or nails on the tin, and Kong stared out from under the chair, upside down, all the fat slurped from his jaws, grinning, tongue unrolled, its wagging tip blood red. The fuck? That's fucking gross. So the dad is into menstrual blood from the family? Excuse me? That was fucking gross. Hey, Wishmonger, yeah, you came at a weird time. Ugh, that was gross. Lip service sounds dirty. It does. What does it mean? I think we read all the stories now. That wasn't scary, that was just gross. Yeah. Because didn't she make him sit in the chair as well? So the dude was like under the chair and he wants to like sniff it or something? That's fucking gross. Lip service is when you lie and say all the right things to look good. Oh. Wow. Pizza. So we've done both of these options. Let's try this one again. Oh, it's a different one again. Did anyone order pizza? Yay! I guess we got all endings. That was fucking great. I feel bad for waiting so long now playing this game. I could have played this last November. That's how long I've had this game. And even then it was already out for a while, I think. Let me see. Here is a link to the game. If you want to look into the soundtrack and everything. Over a dozen stories by Cassandra Caw and Kevin Snow. Terrifying art and creature designs from Trevor Henderson. Spooky tunes from Priscilla Snow. Yeah, I thought the Deathbed Confession was definitely the best one. But yeah, the page was last updated November 5th, 2018. So the game's been out for a long time. There's a couple other games they've done that actually seemed interesting. Let's see. So Kevin Snow is the creator of this game. Or a publisher, at least. He's also done Mama Possum, interactive story, and Beneath Flows, interactive fiction. Oh, they're all listed as interactive fiction. And the Domovoy. Here you go. These are all the games they've published on itch.io. So I'm actually pretty interested in their other stuff as well. We should maybe, when we just want to do something random, maybe pick one of these. Because I really enjoyed this. I thought that was very good. Much better than I expected. It kind of feels like we've been reading No Sleep Reddit. Kind of those kind of stories. Good experience, yeah. We definitely started out strong though. Like the first couple stories I was really like, oh, what? But when we really went through all of them, like more of them were kind of like, yeah, okay. Like a little snippet, but didn't really go into much. The little boy in the hand. Yeah, the first couple were really the best ones. The boy grabbing the hand in the motel was really good. My favorite was the old guy in the bed that wants to die, but she won't let him. I liked the frogs as well. That was just good karma story. What else did we read? Well, we read so many stories now. I liked the Google search history one. That was great. From like that category, so that was the category with the ritual, the drowning ritual, that we just read a list. It had the weird like Netflix kind of thing that was like not scary at all. I must have overlooked something there. And then there was the search history one. So that was definitely the best out of those three. I like the drowning ritual a lot. It was cool that you could click and then something showed up really quickly. Her name was Annie. I can tell that I really liked it because I like remember the details clearly, like the details of the stories. So definitely good. Multiple subscription services needed. Very scary. The eat your peas was good until the end. Like something whispering in the closet. Eat your peas. That was creepy. And that it was like turn to whoever you're with and then say like eat your peas. And if there's no one there, like have a good look around because there's probably someone there. That was kind of creepy. So it started out well, but the ending was kind of just like. It would have been better if it was like he opened the closet and then the next morning or the next day he was so traumatized he would from then on always eat his veggies and you wouldn't know why or what happened. That's probably leaves a little bit more mystery in there. That would have been better maybe. But yeah, that was definitely awesome. I'm glad we did this.